Hello there. Welcome to the Kirk Minahan wrap-up show for May 10th, 2021. Today's show was called Mediocre White Man Privilege, which is something that Tim Tebow has, apparently, according to Julie DeCaro. I am joined, as always, on Mondays by Kirkenoff's Andrew Augustus. Andrew, how you doing?
Good. Even though I suck, I'm still happy to be here. So every time I get the nice dig from you at the end, I take it.
I'll probably keep on saying that as long as I'm, keep on chugging.
Hey, as long as I can still keep coming on, I don't care. If I keep sucking, that's fine.
That's right. But to be good, you don't suck at this. I was just sometimes on Kirkenoff, you let the guys go a little too easy. So today's show was fun. I was in studio. I produced it. It went very well. Started off kind of with me getting roasted a little bit about Madawaska. I'm still trying to figure out a couple things. I've been emailing back and forth with the sales department. The tickets will be on sale sometime this week. I've been in contact with the tent lady. The thing was so I can't explain it, but it's just
here's the problem. I'm just not gonna skip. So for my takeaway of this whole thing was to begin with, I think that chair is cursed because Cullinan has been caught in lies, Carano's been caught in lies, Steve's been caught in lies, and now you've been caught in lies in that chair about saying everything was booked, but it's not booked, and it was just for the money thing because nothing is ever officially booked until there's the money going across.
Yes, and I've been waiting to receive the invoice for it that I could send over to Barstool. They were supposed to send me it over on Friday. She had trouble sending it to me today, but I mean, this is all boring shit that no one really wants to hear. But Madawaska is going to be a blast. I'm still working on it. I might go to New York City on Wednesday by myself just to try to get this all squared away in person instead of doing this over email. So
are they going to let you through the Barstool doors?
I mean, I'm a Barstool Sports employee. They should, if I reach out to people, or maybe it's better just to do this through the phone. But doing this through email is very stressful. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a little bit more than a month away. We're getting things done, and it's coming together. It's coming together. Andrew, what are your thoughts on how the Madawaska
it's going to be fun? It's going to be a blast. I mean, the 5K, sign me up for a 5K. I think I can still run one of those. It might interfere with the golfing I want to do, but thanks to your list, I'm going to be good.
Yeah, so. there's just going to be I'm going to have a list of things to do. I'm going to call ahead, let these businesses know that these Minifans might be coming. I'm going to come out with the list hopefully sometime later this week. So if you are able to snag a ticket, and you want to go golfing, you can book a foursome there, or you can, make reservations.
Maybe they give a welcoming to Madawaska discount for new folks coming in.
Maybe they don't, because we're trying to support the town. This town has been struggling throughout 2020, and Andrew here is asking for discounts already.
I'm not even asking for discounts. I'm just saying, if there was like that kind of partnership, which would have set which I'm just trying to help save your idea, that would put your idea a little differently than just going into Google, as Kirk so wisely said today.
No, I'm going to be reaching out to these places and, but like if people want to book their own golf thing, I'm not going to book it for them. They're going to have to do that. So that was that in regards to the Madawaska. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say about Madawaska. I'm sure I'll be doing updates on this every single day.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun way. And is Kirk, I think the big news out of that was going to be the 3 golden tickets up for grab for the show.
That's right.
Madawaska. So even if you missed out on the 146, you're still going to have a chance. And I just have a feeling a lot of good content's going to come out of that. And it's just, again, just being 5 steps ahead with some of those ideas is awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see what Kirk comes up with for that. The next part. So we briefly touched on Elon Musk's Saturday Night Live appearance today. I watched it over the weekend. I thought it was the worst piece of television I've ever seen. I think Mike should do a TV time capsule on this. There was nothing funny about the entire episode. Elon Musk is the most awkward person. I don't know why. I understand why they would bring him on because he's a big get, but it was just not funny at all. There were some clips I had from his monologue and from him in skits where it was just like, I don't know. It just sucks. Like,
yeah, I luckily didn't watch it. I've seen like what was it, the Gen Z Hospital and the Wario one of the two. I've just seen floating around. I'm like, this is bad, and from everything I've seen, it's just bad. So I'm glad I didn't waste any time on that. But it looks like they got the ratings again because, as you said, what was it, third highest behind like Eddie Murphy and someone else? I think it was.
No, it was third highest behind David Chappelle and Christopher Rock.
Oh, so that's right, David.
Yes, David Chappelle. Me and him are close, and that's what I call him. But it's I mean, we played his clip of him talking about what the hell?
Having Asperger's.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's I mean, it was whatever. It was just the whole thing was just boring. That's all. The whole internet was talking about it this weekend. It was a very uneventful weekend in terms of news and stuff like that. But I was able to snag some Julie DeCaro audio from her most recent podcast on Thursday, where she just goes off on Tim Tebow. She's just like, "Fuck this guy." It's obvious to know why she hates Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is a white Christian football player who has conservative values, which I don't give a shit when it comes to. I think he sucks as a football player, and that's probably why he's been off a team for the past, 5 years. But it's funny because you hear her talk about Kaepernick, and she says the exact opposite. She's like, "Oh, they're keeping him out of the league because of this." It's like, if you look at Kaepernick's last year's quarterback, he sucked. But he demands to be a starting quarterback. He wouldn't take backup quarterback money, and all that. So I think that was just interesting just to see that.
And I mean, it's you're going to get a no-win situation because you start comparing Tebow and Kaepernick as the natural comparison is. Mm-hmm. If Kaepernick was asked to change his position, he wouldn't do it. And Tebow changed his position just to try. So it's not like it's a guarantee he's going to make the team anyway.
He's not going to make the team. He's
he's 33. He's never played tight end before. It's gonna be a disaster. But why is it such a bad thing? If the same thing was offered to Kaepernick would say no, because as you said, I want to be a starting quarterback. It's when you think there can't be another level of stupid, it just always seems to one up itself. And when I was listening to it, my mind was just melting. Like, this just sounds moronic and pointless. I was just like this. And then, of course, Kirk Rightly so just keeps bashing it in. And then now what's going to happen is, oh, look, they're picking on me again because I'm a woman. No, you just had one of the most dumbest takes ever. It's okay. That's what it is. But stop.
She just tweeted out before this, too. She tweeted out, like, I wish everyone had the confidence of a 33-year-old Tim Tebow. And it's like, Julie, like the dude isn't, like, breaking in the dough, like he's trying out for a team. He's not demanding a spot on an NFL roster or anything like that. But it is what it is. And I think your question about the Star Wars dog was just completely stupid. I mean, Darth Vader would not have a dog.
A golden dog.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, I bet it would be something complete opposite. It's like, no.
No.
I
didn't want to have a dog.
Yeah, I didn't even want to get into that, but like there's a reason why like he didn't go and get never had like a personal droid when he see, I'm getting too far into this. But it's but yeah, her podcast is just I recommend everyone check it out. It's called The Ladies Room. It drops every Thursday.
Look at this promoting. Who says we don't promote?
It is the worst podcast I have ever heard. It's the same thing they talk about every single week. Every single week they're talking about gatekeeping in sports and sports journalism, and it's just it's a tough listen. So I recommend everyone at least give it one shot. So I don't know if you have anything else to say on the DeCaro.
No, it's I think everything that's been said has been said, and it's just she's just horrible. But hey, she keeps trying. So
So there were two things I played today. One, a parody song that Steve must have missed that was sent in his inbox, um, was put out on Twitter. So I thought it was pretty funny. I
it was.
mean,
I liked it. It's not a classic, but it's definitely one of the better ones we've gotten in a while.
yes, I like Flock of Seagulls. I like Iran. So I mean, it was a fun listen, and there were some funny lines to it. And I think that one definitely deserved to be played on the main show. The next thing we did which was actually sent by you. You sent me right before the show started. You sent me a prank phone call that Blind Mike's daddy did to WPRO's. I forget her name.
The Tara Granahan show.
And do you want to provide what the backstory of what she was taking calls on?
So what happened was the vice president of the United States decided to come visit Rhode Island with the commerce secretary. And in one of the interviews on the local news, like one of the people was like, I just got the tingles when she walked by. So then she decided to run with it and then decided to ask her callers, what gives you tingles? Like, have you met someone that gives you tingles? What gives you the tingle? Yeah. And of course, one Michael Geary gets through. And
I mean, yeah, when his wife fingers his ass and gives him a reach around, he gets the tingles. I can 100% understand why. It's, I mean, I think that would give anyone the tingles. But I think it was very funny, Kirk calling in today and just staying on hold, figuring out the story. I love how he bullshitted his way on to that producer. He was like, "Yeah, no, I have a mask problem going on. You know, my kid took a mask off at school, and now they're trying to suspend him." Producer's like, I'll put it through, but you're probably not gonna, take things on this. And he's like, oh, what are you talking about? And he's like, blah, 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 something. And then he goes, with Donald Trump. And then Kirk just goes, with Donald Trump. Yes, exactly. I was talking about this just this morning with my neighbor. And yeah, I have some thoughts on this too. And he's like, oh, okay, sure. So it was very funny when he got on. And if you listen back, you can kind of hear her like laugh when he kept asking what time it was.
It's so great because I almost lost it listening to it when she gives the time first, and I was like, oh, and then Mike just comes in and he goes, oh, the Andy Griffith School of Radio right there, left his mark on it or something like that. But a notoriously long hold that isn't a rare thing on that show because there was a plan to have a second call following one Michael Geary as Alba was on the line for 90 minutes. She kept Alba on the line for 90 minutes and never went to Alba. It was very disappointing, but the payoff would have been
that sucks
better. So it was there could have been an even better one, I think. But at least I'm glad it got on. I'm glad it was funny.
No, created some good content today.
So it's exciting, and honestly, it's so those long pauses and long wait times, not a rare thing.
But those Mike at the end there is like, I just want to make something clear. I am the real Michael Geary, and I do not like to get my asshole fingered. And I don't even think they knew what was going on. They were just like, like it was a new voice. They probably had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, they definitely it was just like I don't know, and I wish I was paying attention a little more listening to that station because then I could have gotten it from the other side because I'm very curious as to what it sounded like after, and even Kirk said it after BMG got through, she was rattled for a while after because I remember listening to it to try to get more from it, and she let this next guy go on talk about how she met this like celebrity randomly in a Westerly Stop and Shop for 6-7 minutes, and it was just like she couldn't go back all because someone
the guy before Kirk was going on a rant about like how he ran for like some position and how he has like an alliance of voters who voted for him across party lines, and now they're not going to reelect the governor.
That's Rhode Island politics for you. Everybody knows everybody, and they've all ran for something, and I'm sure that he makes a whole big difference. But it's probably like 30 people voted for him.
Yeah, that's yeah, that was funny just to hear Kirk's reaction to that. I think it was great. So next week the show is taking a hiatus to finish up with the case. I completely understand that. I mean, who knows what episode 8 is going to be? The fact that they only have 2 episodes left is incredible. But it's going to be nice to have Mike in tomorrow too. I know Mike said he wouldn't have been able to come in Monday, so Kirk just said, "Hey, you want to come in Wednesday?" And Mike said, "Sure." So we're getting a double dose of Blind Mike and a shot of Carabas on Friday. So that should be fun.
A good fun week to wrap up. It'll be interesting to see what else breaks because I feel like there's nothing major that's happened recently. So I feel like we're due for something completely random.
I agree.
And who knows? Like with I know Team KMS isn't on the dozens till next week, but with it starting tonight, does anyone throw jabs early? I know Portnoy's playing tonight, so does he make a comment about Rico becoming a Minifan?
Yeah.
So and this is I'm excited because even today you saw more Rico love. So
I will say Rico's in my DMs asking me like today. He asked me, he's like he noticed that the case came up on the Kirk Minahan show RSS feed and was like, when is the real show coming up? I mean, I think Rico is addicted to he's got a little taste of the Kirk Minahan show and I think he likes it. So
you always like it first when you get the taste, but
I've never stopped liking it. I know you probably have had some periods where you hate the show or you hate Kirk Minahan or your team. Well, you're saying that everyone likes it at first.
No, but what I'm saying is like when we bring in new people into the world, like the star shines bright, and then the first fight happens, and then you love the love, but when the hate, can you handle the hate? And if it comes with Rico, as Portnoy says, it's gonna be a Rico or Kirk moment at some point, and I think it's gonna be the Kirk's the one that stays for sure because Kirk is more level-headed than Rico, which I think is one of the weirdest things I've ever said.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rico is a devoted Minifan now, so I don't perceive. I used to think there was going to be a huge blow up between them, but now I just see them being two best buds, work buds. So
if he keeps the love, the Minifans will always have his back. So that's a great ally to have.
Yeah, it really is because he gets into fights a lot in the office. So the last thing, there were some calls taken today. Nothing too great. I think the Rupert Pumpkin call was very funny. What else was there? There was the guy calling and asking for Kirk to golf with him. Very odd question. You know he's going to say no. Like I think he'd rather kill himself than go golfing with a group of 3 Minifans.
No, that seems like I've called in and asked dumb questions, but never that dumb.
Yeah,
well, I'm taking that as a win.
So that's I don't know if you have anything else to say about the calls today or today's show in general.
No, it was a good Monday show. Again, it's you get Mike just whenever Mike can talk about some stuff, even from the podcast, because even with the prank phone call, Kirk was making fun of the airplane kid that they talked about. So it was definitely good to see him kind of laughing, joking around, and even you, I'll have to say, you did another good job as producer. You're not Steve, nor will you ever be Steve, but but it's fun. It's always good to have another punching bag in there too.
Yeah, I mean, I listened. The sound quality was a lot better for me talking this week compared to a couple weeks ago, and the clips were, you could hear the clips when people were talking. So
yeah,
that's definitely a positive.
Always improve, Justin. That's all you got to do. Improve a little every time.
We're working on it. But yeah, so I think that about does it for today's wrap up. Obviously, the case was released today. If you haven't checked out episode 6 of that, Widower, it's a short one. Goes by fast, 38 minutes. Go check that out. It's great. I mean, I don't know how Steve and Kirk are going to wrap this up in 2 episodes. I think it's crazy. But with that, I thank everyone for listening and watching. And Andrew, I thank you.
No
Listen
problem.
to Kirk and Off wherever you get your podcasts, and I will talk to you guys on Wednesday.